Hey, how about some Dead Space? Let me begrudgingly fire up the EA launcher. And away we go. All right, show of hands. Has anyone here not played Dead Space? Don't be shy. Come forward. Yep. I don't get me wrong. I don't put many games in the territory of like generationally great. This is one of them. Dead Space had such an impact on gaming as a whole, like legitimately, like how it controls, how it plays, UI design.
Isaac, it's Kendra. It looks like the door to the storage room is locked. There should be a key somewhere in the maintenance bay.
Like, this game redefined horror as a genre. I think everyone should play this at some point. Even if you are, like, afraid of, like, scary games. Because it is literally just that good. Oh god, yeah. Dude, and back when, I mean, Billy Joe Corgan was always kind of an asshole, but, like, before he was a tremendous asshole. I think this game also really benefited from, like, oh my god, what am I trying to say? Like, advances in, like, not specifically like home theater technology and shit like that, but like spatial audio became much more of a like a common thing. You didn't need to spend thousands of dollars on a home theater setup, and they really made use of that. I used to have healing shit for when I inevitably don't get damaged. I'm forgetting my controls. Hold, please. Oh yeah, that's right, I don't have telekinesis yet. Dude, El Shaddai, there's a fucking game I haven't talked about in a while. Shoutouts to Skate for a Living. Oh, that game was like such a masterpiece. At the same time, God, was it sometimes just rough. I feel like the earlier attempts at doing stuff like that, looking at you, Third Birthday, were tropey and just like poorly executed, and it really took until, like, you know, just listen, you gotta iterate. Oh no, I've been injured. My only complaint about this game, and it might just be because running it on a modern system, God, the mouse, like, your aiming is either way too fast or way too slow. Like, there is no perfect in between. Listen, I blame EA for fucking that up because the only thing they see is dollar signs. You know, I used a healing item. There we go. Listen, this game didn't even have a dodge button until the fucking third game. That's how good it was. It's time for the bench. Listen, Dead Space 2, if you take it as an action game, tremendous. If you take it as like a horror game, awful, in my opinion. Yeah, like, I love RE5 though, so like, I don't know. Yeah, the story for 2 was worse. I think the way they, like, there is no like kind of rise and fall, like there is in this one. Like the pacing is very just not great because it's basically like everything is just cranked up to 11 constantly. You know, there is no like ebb and flow in terms of pacing or dynamics. It's just waves upon waves of enemies and like really cheesy jump scares comparative to like this game, which uses them very minimally. I mean, if you don't have Dead Space 3 fans art, to be honest, you're not missing much, in all honesty. Yeah, Vanquish is good. That's another... Listen, that's another game my boy Skate for a Living loves. I think Cosmic ran Vanquish as well.
computer now online. Shipwide tram system reinitialized. All trams now operational. Tram arriving at flight deck station. Quarantine lifted.
All right, we're on board and heading to the bridge. Good work.
Strange. The quarantine just lifted.
Whatever was in the flight lounge must have left. That's lucky for us. Isaac, get back to the Kellion and prep it for launch. We'll find out what we can from the bridge and meet you there.
If we live that long, you're out of your league, Hammond. This is suicide. We're going to
Your
die
lack
out
of
here.
confidence in me is duly noted, Miss Daniels. But I have a mission to complete, and that's exactly what I am going to do, with or without you. Do we understand each other?
I like Hammond. Hammond's a good
Just
guy.
get us out of here alive.
Also, the elevator trick in this game. God, chef's kiss.
Isaac, we made it to the bridge. It's a nightmare up here. No survivors. We're going to try to get to the command computer.
Yeah, I mean, that is definitely a part of it. The other part is, well, I mean, like the main inspiration and most of the team left, if I recall correctly, because Schofield left after 1. And because basically EA was like, no, this needs to sell better. It needs more guns and action. And then they proceeded to spend, I think it was something like 30 or 40 million dollars on an ad campaign for it. It's about the jump scares you don't get. That is a great way to describe jazz.
Collision detected in the main hangar bay. Emergency crews have been notified.
What the hell is happening down there? What happened to the shuttle?
That was our ride home. It's the only way off the ship.
Oop.
No, Hammond! This changes everything!
Just let me think. Can you access the command computer?
It's no good. There's an executive lockdown of all primary systems. Without the captain's authorization, I can't access them.
Well, where's the captain?
In the morgue.
Here he is. Captain Benjamin Mathias. Location? Med lab. Status?
Yep.
Deceased.
I mean, that's kind of how it always goes, to be honest.
I can't
Which is
access
really
that
unfortunate.
information. Find the captain and you'll find his rig. With his authorization codes, I can crack this computer wide open.
Damn it. Isaac, I'm sending the tram back to your location. Get to the medical deck and find that rig as fast as you can.
What was that?
I'm so glad they're working really hard. Sick. I mean, to be fair, EA probably had the same sales numbers guy that Square Enix currently has. Where like, oh, yeah, we failed to meet expectations. Okay. We sold 11 bajillion copies, but, you know, still failed to meet expectations. Math, how does it work? Actually, the best thing about Dead Space 3 was that they had Pelican do the ending theme. E. They stole this directly from Fallout New Vegas. Dead Money DLC. They didn't. Those boots look hella uncomfortable, though. Sure, the game forces you into fucking using this thing anyway.
Red weapon icon. Read your weapon has no ammo in its clip.
Yeah, right? Isn't that great? Also, incredible storytelling in the way they transition. Like, I've got to get back on the tram. Chapter 2.
It's all right, McCoy. He's here. Nothing to be afraid of. I knew you would come. Just like
It
you
only
said.
lets me do 1 and 4 right now.
I saved this for you.
Nice.
Can I go?
Use kinesis to move or throw objects.
What's to take me? The ship.
Anyway. Yeah. Ooh. Goodies for me? You shouldn't have.
Pick up schematics to add items to the store.
Oh, goody, the flamethrower, which is like kind of useful-less. A small air can. One sec. Yeah, I think it actually does use Havoc. I know part of the trouble they had with development was just like maximizing how many body parts they could blow off and have the game not crash. Yeah, if I recall, they did that because they built like the prototype of this in PS2 on like PS2 hardware, like on the same engine that the Godfather game was running. They're smart. They won't let me drag it in
Are
here.
you there? We were attacked. Kendra's gone. 1 minute she was there, and I can't believe I lost her. We can still do this. Get me the captain's rig codes, and we'll find Nicole. Looks like the crew barricaded the door to the emergency wing. We have to blow through it to get to the morgue.
You're
Get
not
some thermite from
Nicole!
medical storage and a shock pad from zero-G therapy. Should be down the corridor.
Communication is useless in all this static.
Hey, don't work too hard, Fantar. Remember to be safe.
Have an alternate firing mode.
The world's most dickhead door.
Hazardous anomaly detected. Quarantine activated.
I'm reminded of the fact that Stalker is a tremendous series. Yeah. Also, the pulse rifle might be the worst weapon in all of video game history. This thing is fucking hot dog shit. That escalated.
Quarantine lifted.
Oh, gee, thanks. Well, because it's coming from inside the dog, Makoto. I mean, you're not wrong, SNES. If they would have simply followed like basic OSHA guidelines, none of this shit would have happened. I mean, I'd also recommend staying away from like the super alien death cult, but like, you know, what do you want me to say? Listen, The Rock in Dwayne The Rock Johnson is he is an actor of all time. Yeah, considering this game came out in 2008, like, God, still looks damn good. You know who's a better actor than The Rock? And I will fucking die on this hill.
Come on! Let me out!
I'll see if you all can figure it out on your own. Damn, that sucks, bro. John Cena? No, you're on the right path with wrestlers, though. I mean, yeah, Steve Austin's not bad. Still not the best actor, in my opinion, though. There you go. Of ex-wrestlers, Dave Bautista, hands down, is incredibly talented. I might be having a stroke. But if I recall correctly, didn't he do voice acting for The Boy and the Heron? Me too, because, like, the thing is, like, like, if you read interviews with, like, Dave Bautista, where, like, he talks about movies and film, like, he is incredibly passionate about it. And it's not just like, oh, yeah, I like watching movies. Like, he like, critically understands and reviews movies.
I can hear something big moving out there.
Yeah, dude, like, he is to be honest, it's been great watching him from, like, his first kind of, oh, I'm a wrestler, so I'm just gonna be, like, a bad guy explosion movie dude. To, like, him really understanding acting. Yeah, it honestly is such a shame, because, like, I would love to see him get, like, that one big-time fucking role, because I know he's ready for it.
What in God's name is going on down there?
I think that's precisely the point, Doctor. God's work.
I'm not so sure of that. We have to assume that the colony's problems are somehow connected to the marker.
You can assume all you want to. I do not.
Also, the really sad thing is this outbreak could have been stopped
God.
If only
I finally
Nicole had a
got
med
Jurgen
kit.
showed me the video feed from the colony. And what I saw was glorious. Breathtaking. Miners undergoing a transformation into something extraordinary. I must know more. Even as the believer within me wants to become one of them, the scientist needs to uncover their secrets. I need to study one of these necromorphs, as Kyne so clinically puts it. I need to witness this infection firsthand. Perhaps that patient from the colony.
Yeah, I would agree. It's a shame because Jason Statham in his early years had like real good range, but I think like after Snatch, and then what was he did a big film after Snatch. Was it The Transporter? And I think that unfortunately just like kind of sealed him into that. I don't want to say Alan Ford like role, but like realistically, Alan Ford always plays a British gangster. I forgot about Crank. Frank was just a redux of speed. Shut up. Listen, I'm not saying you're right, but yeah, like that's like I would love just someone out there give Dave Bautista a chance to be a lead in a dramatic film. That's not filled with explosions and violence. Is now the time where I also admit my allegiance to I really think Idris Elba should be the next James Bond? Like, I'm still waiting for someone to give me a good reason as to why Idris Elba would not make a great James Bond. Same, bro. Same. Like, listen. I know, like, 90% of the James Bond thing is just how do they look in a suit. I'm sorry, you can't tell me Idris Elba isn't attractive. Like, I don't care who you are.
You found something down there, didn't you?
Yes. We found
Yes, we
So
found
the
something.
texts were right all this time.
I wouldn't be certain of that. There was nothing divine in
Doodle,
what I saw.
doodle,
We must
doodle,
embrace
doodle,
this.
doodle,
We are
doodle,
the first witnesses.
Matthias isn't letting anyone down on the colony. It's under quarantine until we learn more.
To hell with Matthias. He of all people should know that this is greater than him, or the operation, or even the company. This is our deliverance.
Keep your damn voice down. People are dying down there.
Yeah, who's either Surfer Boy or Neo from the Matrix.
Do you believe, Terrence? Do you?
What? Oh, I forgot. Somehow I forgot about Point Break, which is a fucking incredible movie. Am I having a stroke? I bet I am. Idris Elba as Knuckles the Echidna. I'm assuming I probably fucking broke something. What am I fucking up here? You know what? Whoop. Apparently I wasn't pushing it in hard enough. Brad Pitt in Snatch was also very underrated. Very un-Brad Pitt-like character. Now entering zero gravity.
As you know, Ishimura is able to set his gravity locally. Your grav boost will kick in when
You know what's up, Killjoy?
enter the G area.
Your ammo counter will flash red if you can't jump to a surface.
Ah, that's a bummer. Well, on the plus side, we do kind of live here now, so... Yeah, y'all are that busy. Good lord.
Exiting zero gravity.
Although, to be honest, I just got a monster job too, so
Great. You got a shock pad.
seems like
Combine
everyone's
that with
trying
the
to...
light at the barricade to destroy it.
Entering zero gravity.
I can hear more coming. Moving.
Everyone's trying to get it all done at once.
Exiting, entering zero gravity.
Am I supposed to be afraid of it?
Exiting zero gravity.
Yeah, I figured that was part of the situation. That is was a very, very fucking unfortunate set of circumstances going on over there, in all honesty. And listen, I don't blame you or anyone that does what you do for a living. You fucking gotta pay bills.
Exiting vacuum.
Oof. Yeah, I know. I know you do, but you know, just in case anyone wanted to try and have an opinion about it. Nah, it's incredibly unfortunate. I like that the gun does nothing. Oh no, it's fine, dude. Listen, I'm not upset about it. I mean, that's kind of it's kind of what this place is made for, you know? Life ain't always easy. But nah, man, that sounds incredibly dangerous. If you do have to go over, just please be safe. I never figured out how to deal with those properly. Like, this just seems like such a tremendous waste of ammo. Yep, exactly. Listen, if it's my time to go, it's my time to go. But nah, if honestly, like, if you ever make it down, just let us know. Because like, in terms of places where you would be for like those conferences, unless it's like the greater Philadelphia like conference or banquet hall or whatever, we're probably only like 10 minutes from you, if that. Old City. Yeah, it's not too far from us. It's not the big convention center, but it's still not that far. Old City has tremendous food, as does like where the big convention center is. Chinatown's, it's literally like on the border of Chinatown. If you're still doing like keto based, I know there's a lot of great burger joints around there. Just get it without a bun.
Okay, you're through. Should be clear from there to the morgue. Remember, the codes are on the captain's body.
This is Senior Medical Officer Nicole Brennan.
Sub 100 garbs. Yeah, dude, there's...
We need more
if you do
help.
make it out there,
We don't
Old
have the
City has
resources to deal
great
with this
food.
many cases. Nobody would tell us what's happening.
Yeah, that would track.
These wounds, we are not equipped to deal with this. Get him to the table. Hold him. Nurse, you hold him down. Christ. And record him.
That was Nicole, right? I can't tell.
No,
from
sounds
here when
good.
that
You
log
will
was
get some
made.
rest. Get some rest.
I'm sure she's
Good to
around
see
here
you.
somewhere.
Take care and have fun with your partner. Y'all do your cute little nesting. Mm-hmm. Now, we were talking earlier about how this game, I think, rightfully deserves to be referred to as a masterpiece or a generationally great game. Yeah, that's literally what we were talking about. Like, Dead Space 2 is a really good action game. The horror definitely falls flat, and 3 was just... well, that's what happens when you make something that you want to be popular, but don't care about anything else. I'll still never forgive them for how awful the fucking pulse rifle is. Though, this thing is just a fucking waste. To be honest, I feel like this may be like one of the last games that was just truly a creator and their unfettered vision. Oh yeah. It'll make someone go insane. Dude, they spent millions of dollars on the Dead Space 2 ad campaign, and I will never understand why. Dead Space 2 is much better than Third Birthday, in my opinion. Dead Space 3 versus Third Birthday. Oof. I mean, I'll put it this way: Third Birthday was so bad. They weren't even allowed to use Parasite Eve in the naming. Like, which is a shame, because, like, I definitely enjoyed parts of Dead Space 2. Or not Dead Space 2, but Parasite Eve 2. Like, don't get me wrong, a little fucking weird, and like again, the pacing was off, and like, but like it at least tried to do some interesting things. It wasn't successful at it, but you know, you got to give them a little bit of a high five for effort, I guess.
Hello? Can anybody hear me? My name is Eileen Fisk. I just woke up in here and everybody was gone. I don't know what's happening. Why did they all leave? I'm going to try and find someone. If you can hear this, please come for me. I can hear scratching in the wall. Hello? Who's there? Are you a doctor? Why is everyone... Wait, I know you. You're Harris, the prisoner from the colony. You killed that nurse. Help! Somebody help me!
Yeah. Like, definitely in the West, it's much less likely for, you know, someone to just fully express their, you know, their artistic desire, or, you know, how they want to present their video game, because, you know, commercialization. But, you know, I mean, you can look at it like a good case study. Like, people are always like, oh, how did they, like, how did Konami ever sever ties with Kojima? They've been terrible since. Don't get me wrong, that Kojima, like, basically was allowed to do whatever the fuck he wanted for years and years and years, until they, to be honest, Konami probably had enough, and they're like, bro, we are tired of wasting money on this. Like, we get that you're a legend, but like, you're basically just making movies that happen to have a mild video game component to them. Like, don't get me wrong, I think Hideo Kojima's, yeah, like, don't get me wrong, he's good at what he does. But at the same time, you know, you actually have to get work done. I mean, people love to praise Yoko Taro, and because of his own just like inability to function as a human being, like, okay, don't get me wrong, you don't have to work 9 to 5, 8 to 5 every day to be a human being, but like, if you're working in game development, like, you have to show up when the rest of your employees do. You have to show up sober. You have to show up, you know, and do work. You know, Nier Automata was almost canceled 2 or 3 times because he just like wouldn't show up until like 11 o'clock, or at all, or hungover or drunk. And like, bro, you need to like show up. Yeah, he is. And like, don't get me wrong, I feel like part of the leniency with that is because of like who he is and how weird he is. But, you know, you still got to show up. One sec, I gotta get a My life just consists of arguing with my cats. Oh god, Suda51 and Grasshopper is like, wow, that is woo-wee. Some people have gone through life without experiencing a Grasshopper or Suda51. Same thing. You know who else also is like on that list of like incredibly eccentric but incredibly brilliant? Fucking Swery.
That connection is still unknown. Almost 40% of the colonists are experiencing a form of dementia. The obvious symptoms are acute depression, insomnia, and hallucination. Incidents of violence.
Yeah, I was about to mention that.
Dr. Mercer has advised that I bring some of the affected on board for study.
Yeah, like Swery's games, like I definitely don't resonate with them as much as I would with like Yoko Taro or Suda51, but
I need his expertise.
He's got some chops, and I think the thing that really makes him kind of stand out, like in the land of game designers and developers, is he is really not not afraid to like take really, really interesting risks on stuff.
Codes received, and they look good. Thank God. I'll start accessing the captain's records right now. Head to the tram station, and I'll contact you there. I'm going to find out what the hell happened to this ship.
I mean, I don't really credit anyone with Deadly Premonition because it's literally just a fucking retelling of Twin Peaks. But it still definitely takes someone with some sort of like directorial and design chops to make something like that happen. Mm-hmm. No.
Isaac! Somehow one of them found a way down to the captain's nest. I managed to contain it in a damaged escape pod. Lifting executive lockdown now. I found the deck logs. Whatever is happening around here.
Okay, but have you had a Sinner's sandwich yet, though?
It spread to the colony and reached the ship. Isaac, this isn't an infection. It's some form of alien life. Shit, we've got bigger problems. The ship's engines are offline and our orbit is decaying. Get over to the engineering deck ASAP while I stay here and figure out what the problem is.
It's something you don't need in your life anyway. Do 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 do. Listen, crystal meth has so many uses. What have I done? Taken it legally? Listen, I read roughly 5,000 pages of written spec and looked over 2,000 pages of drawings today. That was fun.
You've got two problems, and we're working on borrowed time here. First, there's no fuel in the engines. Second, the gravity centrifuge is offline, which means there's a couple of trillion tons of rock pulling us down. I need you to get that centrifuge operational. Refuel the main engine and fire it up so I can stabilize the ship's orbit.
I mean, Lucky Charms sounds like it would be a good call. Oh god, I love this. This
Acting Chief Engineer Jacob Temple.
Such a good
It's been 2
subversion of
days since they pulled that
expectations.
planet open, since the captain died. The panic, the riots, they were nothing compared with what came after. Our friends, our co-workers, started coming back. Changed, coming back to kill us, drag us away. Rucker disappeared this morning, and I have to assume he's dead. My crew, they're starting to crack. I'm trying to keep an eye on them, but right now I have bigger problems. We're hemorrhaging fuel, and the primary engine is laboring. Danvers and I are going to try to
Very
reach the fuel
small
depot to see if we can
environments.
fix it.
But yeah, we talked about it. Like, this definitely aged beautifully. Listen, I'm sure it actually wasn't that bad. All right. Let's call it for Dead Space here. Because I have to get through some more of Rebirth so I can finally clear that off the schedule. But no, I'm not gonna lie. I think this is my 4th or 5th time replaying this, and it is still so good. Like, I think one of the key components to the fact that it is as good as it is just like it is. God, it is. Yeah, marble rice, great bread. But like the fact that you can never be 100% comfortable with Dead Space, at least in the casual sense, like it's so good when a game can just kind of keep you on edge. All right.